This is Ryan Abraham for USCFootball.com here in Allegiant Stadium where the USC Trojans defeated the Texas A&M Aggies 35-31, and I'm revisiting my 3 keys to victory for the Trojans. Of course, they won. They only actually hit one of my keys, but it was a crazy game. I think this game was drunk. USC starts the season with a win over an SEC team here in Vegas. They end the season with a crazy comeback win against another SEC team. They were down 24-7 in the second half, somehow come back and win. But look at the keys. First key, I want to see Eric Gentry, who was coming back. He played, and we talked to some of the players after the game. Wanted to see them get a tackle for loss because he led the team in tackles for loss, even though he missed the last 8 games. He didn't get one. USC only had 2. They did get a sack of the quarterback, but wasn't a lot of tackles for loss. It was kind of a boomer bust for the USC defense. They got 4 stops in a row in the second half. That was key, but they also gave up a bunch of chunk plays and stuff too. So no tackles for loss for Eric Gentry, but it didn't end up mattering. He probably played 25 to 30 snaps, and we talked to some of the defensive players, and they said he was really inspiring to get back out there, that big 6'6" frame. So he definitely helped that he was on the field. He just didn't get a tackle for loss. Second key to victory, this was blown out of the water. I wanted to see Jade Mayava throw 0 interceptions. He ended up throwing 3. And all were pretty bad. One of them was tipped at the line of scrimmage. He had a lot of passes tipped. Started off this game really slow, and a couple of those picks were horrendous. But he ends up throwing 4 touchdown passes, including the game winner to Kyle Ford at the very end. Had a great comeback in the second half. So a lot of the players talked about how he persevered through a really rough start to this game where things were not going his way and getting down on himself when he was throwing picks. That's a lot of the players talked about after the game, but he still was able to persevere, come through, and make the big plays when USC needed him. So did not hit that key for sure. Third key USC did hit. I wanted to see no more than 1 4th down conversion for Texas A&M. They got one on the very first drive, so that didn't look good either. It was a 16-play touchdown drive to start the game for Texas A&M, but that was the last time they went for it on 4th down, so they only went 1 for 1. Didn't attempt. There was a 4th and 1. I think maybe at Texas A&M's 40 or so. I thought they'd go for it. Didn't. They end up punting, pitting USC deep. That led to another interception. So it ended up being the right call. And there was another 4th and 3. I think they kicked a field goal. So didn't really have a lot of 4th down opportunities. So it didn't end up being a big factor. You know, that in the Texas game, they ended up converting 3 4th downs in that one. So didn't come up a lot. But like I said, this was a very weird game. A lot of players had opted out. I thought USC's offensive line played pretty well. For 3 of the starters being out after Elijah Page went out early in this game. So, just a very, very weird game. I think it was really important for USC to get the win. When you have all these players that are opting out and guys weren't, just a lot of the stuff is thrown out the window. But they played very hard to be down 24-7 and be able to come back. I thought that was a really important one. It's another momentum boost for the offseason, just like the Holiday Bowl was for last year. So it's almost 1 in the morning. Actually, it is 1 in the morning. I'm going to wrap things up here from Allegiant Stadium. Ryan Abraham, USCFootball.com. Make sure to check out the site and all of our YouTube content for more.